is Austin Lehman, and welcome to the latest edition of Austin Weekend. Here with me once again is my colleague, Dad, once again. And we are going to conclude Kung Fu Panda Month, sadly, with the Kung Fu Panda 3, which was just released yesterday. And the last few reviews, we've reviewed Kung Fu Panda 2, and the TV show on Nickelodeon. Yeah, that's.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Kung Fu Panda rocks. He's good.
Yeah. Poe and the others return once again, and a new threat emerges, which is Kai.
Kai. He's an ox, isn't he? Big.
He has a big
giant,
bull horns.
Big giant ox. Yeah.
He has a big snout.
Mm-hmm.
He has this deadly new weapon. It's based on evil source, and then the evil chi and the good chi, like.
Yeah, he uses chi as a weapon. He tries to steal people's powers. And we were talking, I like the idea of the chi. They call it the energy that's in everything.
That's pretty much.
That's sort of a throwback to Star Wars, where, the Force is the...
with. Yeah, they also make a pun on that. May the Fourth be with you.
Yeah.
That's an actual day.
Yeah.
The action sequences, once again, prove out to be very good once again.
Excellent. I think it's actually a step up. It's almost, it's almost not cartoon-like. It's so realistic. It's really good stuff. It's really good.
Yeah, it's a little sillier than the other movies.
Mm-hmm.
It does take a little more of a comedic approach than the last couple of movies.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which was your favorite funny moment?
Oh, there was a bunch of them. I liked when we will try to keep away from the big spoilers. We'll just maybe give some little spoilers as we're going through, trying to tell the story. But there's a lot of funny movies, a lot of funny moments. But when Poe is trying to teach his
fellow pandas,
his fellow pandas, or even his fellow the Furious Five, when he's trying to teach them, that's some pretty good comedy. But it's classic Poe.
Yeah, Poe is always the little silly, fat.
And his greatest enemy is back again. That's in every movie.
The stairs.
And
the people in, let me just say, the place.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even walk. They just roll.
Mm-hmm.
They just roll down to whatever area.
Mm-hmm. But it's it's the classic. He's too out of shape to
go down up the stairs.
Panda asthma. Funny. You don't know it whenever you see the movie. It's pretty funny, yeah. But that's one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
Yeah. His classic enemy, the stairs, is back.
The movie does begin with Poe and the Furious Five opening an epic entrance. And Oogway returns in this movie, providing a major role in the plot.
Oogway's my favorite. If you've watched the first two movies, he's the all-wise old turtle. And he's my favorite character, and he does come back and plays a major role in this movie, which is it was fun for me.
Should I reveal about Kai's main appearance?
Yeah, I think that you have to sort of tell the outline of the story a little bit. So I think that's just a small spoiler, but it doesn't really tell how the movie goes. I think we could do that.
Yeah, he has those green eyes, which are pretty much filled with evil chi.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, he tries to steal people's chi, tries to steal people's energy,
Master's chi,
and then uses it to try to take over the world type thing. Yeah,
it's kind of like that take over the world thing we've seen multiple villains try to do, but fail miserably. Scar from the Lion King. He tried to control with power over the Pride Land. Ursula from The Little Mermaid. She stole.
They try to take over, yeah.
They try to. It's those kinds of villains.
Yeah. And it's class. Kai does seem like, out of all three villains we've had so far, he does seem like
he does have a threatening
biggest.
appearance.
He is threatening. He's all world type villain threatening. He's good. They have a good bad guy this time. Each bad guy seem a little worse. This guy's he's pretty bad.
Yeah.
He plays a good part.
It reveals the spiritual world.
It reveals the natural world and the spiritual world. I like the way, each movie, Kung Fu Panda 1, Kung Fu Panda 2, and Kung Fu Panda 3, they can independently stand by themselves and be awesome. But if you put all three together,
it's clicks together.
It's a trilogy. Yeah, the whole thing is one story. If you could watch Kung Fu Panda 1, Kung Fu Panda 2, Kung Fu Panda 3, and it would all be one story. Yeah.
And
which is awesome.
I like that one. Can I? Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then they go on, and then they kind of reveal that Po is out in the noodle shop, and then they buy noodles and all that stuff, and he says that someone's going to break the dumpling world record, and then one guy just yells out, and then somebody's going to break the dumpling world record. Mm-hmm. That was a pretty good moment.
Yeah, that was funny. That was a character that was actually introduced at the end of the second movie. So we know that he's going to be in the movie. That's in the previews, that Po gets to meet
his actual father.
His actual dad, yeah. So again, it gets into more backstory and tells a whole lot more about...
The village is very creative. The animation just blends in with the atmosphere and the wind and all the differentiating sizes of the pandas, like the baby pandas, the toddlers, the big hunky guys, or the big fat guys.
Or the old lady panda who gets hit in the head. Oh, you can watch the movie, but it's funny. It's funny.
Yes, that is really, really entertaining. Well, the Kung Fu Panda movies prove once again that DreamWorks still has its magic touch.
Mm-hmm. Awesome movies, yeah. Yeah, DreamWorks, this is... Yeah, we were under attack again. Sorry about that, folks.
The evils of technology are real.
Yes, they are. But anyways, we were talking about how good that the three movies sort of went in together, and just really how good of a movie it was.
They fit as good as a glass slipper in Cinderella.
Yeah, they all go together really, really well. Like I said, they can all be individual, or they're all one good story by them.
They're smart,
by themselves.
They're funny, they're action-packed, and it has great characters, great visuals. Mm-hmm. All around, it's fantastic how well they blend together and how they work well independently. Mm-hmm. But you might have, if you want to start watching, you have to start from the first one, of course.
To get the whole story, yeah, definitely start the first one. And like we were talking before, they've all got their own little
jump
moral.
All the way to the second movie and expect to get everything. If you're just going to... Don't skip the first one.
Well, each movie's got its own backstory. One leads into two, and two leads into three. And as I said, each one's got its own moral, too. Like the moral of the third movie is...
Be the best that you can be. Mm-hmm. And the second one's moral was...
Gosh, I don't remember all the morals of them now. But I know the third one is don't try to be somebody else, but be the best you that you can be. Which is explained well throughout the movie, and at the end of the movie, you sort of understand it better.
Everyone understands. There's a reason why. If you haven't watched the Kung Fu Panda movies, there's a reason why people rave it. There's a reason why people love it. There's a reason why people don't regret watching it twice after in the movie theater. Mm-hmm. It is the crowning achievement of DreamWorks' entire existence. Mm-hmm. It's by far the best movies that they've ever made in their entire company's existence.
It's definitely good. And it's good. Well, like we were saying, it's actually one of those movies that you don't regret spending your money on.
It's worth every cent.
It's worth every penny. Whenever you leave,
you don't feel neglected or insulted as a viewer. You feel upheld.
You actually find yourself sitting in your vehicle after you leave, talking about it. Hey, blah 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 blah, this blah 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 that, and so it was actually good enough.
Did you see how cool the villain was?
Yeah, did you see when he went? And the classic.
The whooshy finger is back.
Yes, the whooshy finger's back. Watch the first movie if you don't know what the.
It's a reference to the first movie.
I see all three of the movies tie together.
And like the later movies reference the older ones.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reference to Kung Fu Panda 2. There's a reference to the first Kung Fu Panda. There's more references to the first one than there are the second one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it is important to sort of watch all three of them if you want.
Just watch them in chronological order so you won't get confused.
Mm-hmm.
So overall, what do you give this Kung Fu Panda movie?
Okay, I want to do the one being horrible and the 10 being the best that you could be. And what are we going to do?
Dumpling time.
Dumpling time, because that's Poe's favorite. That's Poe's favorite food, and of course, it's back in this movie. There's dumplings everywhere in this movie.
His fellow compadres eat so many freaking dumplings.
There's dumplings everywhere.
His father eats over 100 dumplings.
They even learned to fight with dumplings, using dumplings as part of them. Anyways, we won't get into too much. But one dumpling being horrible, 10 dumplings being the best. I said Kung Fu Panda 1, you gave it 9 out of 10 dumplings.
Just 9 pure dumplings.
Kung Fu Panda 2, you gave it 9.5 dumplings, which was almost perfect dumplings. The series, you only gave it 8 dumplings, but it's hard to compare the series
cartoon with
to the excellent
movies.
Bodaciousness of these movies. These movies are very, very, very well done. So, Kung Fu Panda 1, you got 9 dumplings. Kung Fu Panda 2, you got 9.5 dumplings. How many dumplings do you give Kung Fu Panda 3?
I'm actually split in the middle between 9 and 9.5. I'm going to give it 9.2, close to 9.3.
Yeah, I actually liked Kung Fu Panda 2, just about as much as, Kung Fu Panda 3, just about as much as Kung Fu Panda 2. So I'm going to stick around that 9.5 dumpling range.
The first time that we've not agreed on a rating.
It was really good, though.
Yes, super.
If you take 1, 2, and 3 and put them all together, you're going to average 9 to 9.5 dumplings, and it's really hard to find 3 movies
that are so well done. Even live action movies. It's really extremely hard to see a director put in this much effort for a trilogy. There's a reason that it is a trilogy.
We want to give credit to, who is it, Guillermo? What's his name?
We're going to give credit to the director and the actors who performed their best.
And Guillermo del Toro, is that his name?
Guillermo del Toro. That's pretty cool. He was the man backing up this project.
And said
he did a great job.
He did a great job.
His last work was Puss in Boots and Pacific Rim.
Pacific Rim was awesome. We won't get into those too much, but sadly we're coming to the end
of Kung Fu Panda month.
Yeah, so it's hard to get off of Kung Fu Panda with all of its excellence. But we are going to expand Austin Weekend. We're going to do more than just one review each weekend. We're going to start doing multiple reviews because there's so much out. There's so many opportunities. There's so many opportunities, yeah. So we want to give you more. So be sure and hit the subscribe button down here. And if you're watching this on Facebook, be sure to click over on YouTube and watch it on YouTube. That way you can hit the like button and the subscribe button, because we're going to start putting out a whole lot more stuff. We're going to do more reviews of movies, of cartoons. We may even do our own cartoon, and maybe even
likely a comic strip.
Maybe even our own comic strips starting out that we'll be introducing.
We're exploring options.
So be sure and hit the subscribe button. Be sure and hit the like button. But the next thing we're going to be doing is reviewing
a movie
that just came out.
That we actually saw a poster of while walking into the theater.
We saw a poster.
Norm of the North.
Norm of the North. It's what's the company that's making it?
Lionsgate.
It's a Lionsgate cartoon, so we'll be watching it next. Hopefully, maybe within the next day or two, and we'll be putting a review up for it. So watch for it in the next couple of days. Other than that, just be sure and tune in with us.
Yes, tune in with us, and please click the like button and share or comment if you want to. It doesn't really matter. Put the sound effect for us to conclude.
Goodbye.
And, see you next week.